Smoke, huh? That sounds delicious.
Yo. Welcome back to another episode of PVT, aka Player versus Team. And y'all see me, I'm back with the full squad. My boy DJ Micah B and my co-host, other co-host, because DJ Micah B is also one of my co-hosts. Steaming Willie Beeman. Welcome back, fellas. How we doing, man?
What's up, everybody? Good to be back.
Oh man. It's good to be here for the start of the show. Normally, either me or Willie normally misses the beginning of the show. All three of us are here to start the show, so you know we cooking today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's a lovely day. It's a beautiful day. Unfortunately, it rained all day out here in Sacramento and in California.
I thought it never rains in Southern California. What the hell?
Hey, I don't know about that because I live in Northern California. Yes, sir. So, we're gonna start off with this question of the day as we was talking in the back room for a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw that up on screen. Bow. Shout out to TikToker Ice Solomon 777 for our question today. Pick 6 characters to build your ultimate battle suit / weapon system with 100% loyalty. Okay. Now, options are as follows: Ironheart, Mr. Fantastic, Black Panther, Iron Man, Batman, Mr. Terrific, Steel, Lex Luthor, Shuri, Cyborg, Forge, and Dr. Doom. We'll throw that back up if anybody needs it. But as of right now, that is the question. Fellas, I open up the floor.
We taking these characters as they are right now in comics, right?
As they are right now in comics presently. Yes, sir.
Okay. Mike, if you want to go first, you can. It's up to you.
I wasn't expecting to go first, but come on, man. This is number one. I appreciate the question, but whoever made this question, which is Ice God Solomon 777, my dude, you cannot put 12 people up here and tell us to pick 6. You're literally picking half the people. It's not that hard when you get to pick 6 of them. You got to say, hey, you get 3 people. You get 3 people. Let's make this quarters. But to start this off, I mean, one of the most obvious choices of them all is obviously Shuri. I mean, come on now. If Shuri builds your suit, you got the access to vibranium, and Shuri is making you the suit. Like, that's first and foremost. And Shuri's a genius, and Shuri is only 16.
Yep.
So you definitely Shuri, and she'll get better as time goes on. Batman is a tricky one just because he has an army behind him to help him make all his stuff. And for those of you that don't know who Alfred and Lucius Fox are, well, you obviously ain't paying attention to the comics. But
don't forget, when he came up with the Hellbat armor, he had the Justice League help him too.
Right. Which is why I am going with Cyborg and Batman. Batman is going to come with the ideas. Shuri and Cyborg will make that come to life.
I like
there's 3. Obviously, for those of you that don't keep up with Ironheart, Prodigy. I'm taking Prodigy and Protege. I'm taking Iron Man and Ironheart.
Easily.
And so I'm going Shuri, Cyborg, Batman, Ironheart, Iron Man. I'm not taking Black Panther. I'm not taking Black Panther, and the reason why I'm not taking Black Panther is because we all know Shuri is the key behind it. So
I understand that.
I will go with Lex is a good one to go with. But you know what? I want to say it was Mr. Fantastic that designed all the clothes for the Justice League. So I'm gonna take Mr. Fantastic because obviously he knows how to make clothes.
For you mean?
Huh?
For the Fantastic Four, you mean?
Yeah. My bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
He obviously he designed all the clothes, and he was definitely a genius too. So yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna take Mr. Fantastic with that, because just based on the fact that you got a guy that can light himself on fire and keep his clothes on, you got a guy like him that can stretch and his clothes stretches with him. Invisible Woman, well, her clothes disappear when she disappear.
Yeah,
I don't necessarily know if that's because of her powers or if that's because of something that he designed.
It's
but
a suit.
It's her suit. Okay, so yeah,
within her suit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, going Shuri, Cyborg, Ironheart, Iron Man, and Mr. Fantastic.
I like that. Me myself. I'm gonna echo the Ironheart, Iron Man sentiments. Of course, Miss Riri Williams is definitely a prodigy, and of course, you gotta have Tony, right? His current armor is absolutely cheating. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Mysterium.
Y'all seen the Marvel thing, and y'all seen Tony Stark design that good old suit for Spider-Man, and he's still using it 6 years later.
Yeah. So, and then I'm gonna follow that up with Mr. Terrific. Then we're gonna go Shuri. And
you said Mr. Terrific?
Yes, sir, Mr. Terrific.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna go Shuri. And then I see your Cyborg, and I'm gonna throw Forge. And then give me Lex Luthor as my last.
I'm not even mad at that. I knew somebody was gonna take Lex. I'm not even mad at that, because Lex Luthor did build a suit that rivaled the power of Superman. So I'm not even mad at that.
Willie, take us away. What you got?
My 6 is gonna be somewhat similar, but it's also gonna have a twist at the end. I'm taking Shuri. I'm taking Cyborg. That's 2. I'm taking Steel. I'm taking that's 3. I'm taking Black Panther, Iron Man, and the last one for me is gonna be a little bit different, and it might draw some criticism. But what he is in comics right now, Dr. Doom.
I'm not mad at that.
I'm not mad at that at all. I'm actually interested to hear your analysis behind the Steel pick.
I've always liked that suit, and I've always liked that hammer. Mm-hmm. And the fact that he pretty much had it, he made it homemade on his own without the help, without any help other than his own, and to get the raw materials. True. I've always been a fan of the character. I know he's just a regular human, but at the end of the day, I've always liked that character, which is why.
Tony Stark is also just a regular human, and so is Ironheart, and so is Batman. So is Lex Luthor.
I've just always liked Steel. I've always been a fan of the character. That hammer's awesome. His armor's awesome. If you've seen that the animated version, that the Death of Superman, and what he did, and what he did in that, he was holding himself. He was holding his own with the Eradicator for a little bit. So I got to give Steel his props. But Dr. Doom is the main one. He's the current Sorcerer Supreme in comics.
Yeah.
He is. And they's already showed him taking out the whole Marvel universe. So I gotta put Dr. Doom in there. Got to.
I'm with that. I don't know too much about Mr. Terrific or Forge. So that's number one. That's why I didn't pick them. I'll also say had what's the kid that learns from Tony Stark in the garage. In the because he's in the comics too. I can't think of his name.
I know what you're talking about. He was in one of the movies too.
Yeah, he's in Iron Man 3.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. He was in that movie too. You got to give him props too.
If all 3 of them would have been on here, I don't even need a fucking team. My God, I don't need a team of 6. Just give me those 3 and Shuri, and we done.
Yeah.
Damn, hella space on his name.
Nerd question of the day, man.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Really good one. Yeah, really good one. Shout out to Ice God Solomon 777 on TikTok. If you guys want to know who that came from, go ahead and drop him a follow on all platforms. That is his TikTok right there. He has some really dope comments, really dope content, really kind of different scenarios, different questions throughout the day. So make sure you guys go drop him a follow. But as we proceed into our docket of the day, Willie, you wanted to discuss a little something. You care to drop that on us real quick?
Y'all, since I'm in out and going back to Seattle and things of that nature, and looking at more TikToks that I normally do, um, and I know you and Mel been looking at it a little bit. 37U football is just crazy as hell, man. That thing, they playing without some of these leagues. They play with no equipment, no pads, no nothing. Be lighting each other up. This thing is crazy.
I was trying to see if we had like a clip, because like I said, me and Mel be talking about this a lot, and we fortunately don't have any clips. I think Mel still has a few clips on his laptop, but yeah, no, 37U, a semi-pro, adult Pop Warner, whatever people want to call it. Okay, it's definitely something interesting. It's definitely something crazy. But what I will say, being a participant, going into my 7th year, it's fun. It's a whole lot of fun. I do got a homie who plays in the full contact non-padded one as well. He says one is just, crazy. He says that one is just as fun, if not funner. Me personally, I'm not doing that, but I would stick to the good old pads and whatnot. But it is very fun. I'm not gonna lie to you. There are some programs to where they can work out a payment plan. A lot of guys do get picked up to some arena teams, some CFL teams, overseas teams as well. So there are a lot of opportunities that come out of the leagues and stuff as well. So definitely, it's something to get entertainment and get a laugh about. But somebody said that 37U needs its own Netflix series, and I couldn't agree more.
Yeah. I mean, go on TikTok and look up, do a search for a creator by the name of Spray Baby One. He's done a lot of 37U content. Oh my goodness, it is hilarious. It is hilarious.
Let me get this straight, because I have no idea what 37U is like. Adult AAU football.
That's basically what it is. It's like adult Pop Warner, semi-pro, adult Pop Warner, however people want to classify it.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to GQ, and we can probably get this train going and start going out to some. If they got some in Texas, I'm gonna look it up in Texas. If they do, start going out there and getting some interviews live on site. See, this is one of those things where it's like, not every talented person makes it to the NFL, but they are still fucking talented, bro. I've been to semi-pro games because one of my guys from church, one of my brothers from church, he used to play semi-pro. He played semi-pro till he was like 29. I used to go to some of his games. That shit is more competitive than the NFL. Like,
you're lit out there.
Hey, it's more competitive than the NFL because it's just people now. They're not doing it for the money. There's none of the diva shit. There's none of that nonsense going on. I'm the top paid guy. You need to get me the ball. Everybody know who the hell you is. You get out there and you go play and earn respect.
Thank you. That's it.
Yep.
That's it. And that's all, man. And that's the reason why I love it. That's the reason why it's fun, because it's like nobody out. And if you are getting paid, hey, bro, that's cool. If you've been to the league, if you've been here, if you got an opportunity, hey, bro, that's cool. But at the end of the day, we all out here doing the same shit, getting paid nothing, and waking up on a Saturday to play football when we know we got a goddamn job on Monday. Like,
for the love of the game.
For the love of the game, bro. Like, nobody out here is more important than the next guy. And that's what makes it competitive, because everybody knows that at the end of the day, it's just competitive football is just for the love of the game, because nigga, we ain't making no goddamn money, nigga. We ain't getting no fucking interviews and, you feel me, no jersey deals and brand deals off this shit, bro. We're literally out here because we love the game of football. So,
I'm not gonna lie though, I wish somebody would tap into the market of semi-pro and make like a national tournament. It would be insane. If I had the money too, I would do it.
You and me both.
Because that's a market that's not
tapped into. And we running the table. But it's just crazy because like there is like a whole thing about it. Like if you like Micah said, if there was somebody who really dove into the market of semi-pro, like there is a whole thing about it. Like we're connected with the guys in Washington, we're connected with the guys in Oregon, we're connected with some of the teams in Texas, we're connected with some of the teams in Arizona, New Mexico, and LA, and all the stuff like that. So like we know what goes on in those leagues and all the stuff like that. And we posted and other shit like that. So like, if there was somebody that really took it to like that next level, I think it'll be something big. And like Micah said, like make it like a national tournament type thing.
Yeah, the one thing I can say is that football, I guess the NFL, their AA or AAA league would be the CFL, but like they have more than one minor league in baseball. Like there's
Right.
AAA, AA.
Double A. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It would really be dope to see somebody come in that has the money and funding to do it and make this like a AA league for NFL. Because if you have the money and you have the pull, you can get NFL scouts out there, or you can get you can have college scouts come out and people that didn't get to play in college that still have eligibility. You never know. You might be 25 and somebody come out there and be like, well, damn, I think this person will be good in my program, and you get a late chance in life to pursue your dreams. Even if your dream is not, well, my dream is not to make it to the NFL. My dream was to get an education, but I couldn't afford it. You just never know who comes. So look at the big three. Joe Johnson did a couple of years ago. Everybody thought he was done. He was washed. He went to the big three and balled the hell out. Was dropping like they played a 50. He was dropping like 27, and they're playing to 50. And then the Boston Celtics come and scoop him back up. So hey, we want to offer you a contract to come play with us. And he went back to the NBA one more season. Yeah. So,
hey, another thing about 37U I got to give props to. They be letting the women play.
Yeah, actually.
And some of these women and some of these chicks be playing better than the dudes. They just gotta do a better job of catching the damn football.
Let me tell you why though. It's because women take shit personally when they're competing.
Yeah.
Like they want to fight the other person across from them.
And while we're on the subject of women playing 37U, shout out to the Nashville Ladies Football League. We had them on Inside the Huddle the past few weeks as our guests. They had their annual national tournament or national game at the Tennessee Titans football stadium. Derby City ended up winning that game. The score, unfortunately, escapes me. I have to go and look at it via TikTok. But shout out to Derby City. Shout out to those ladies over there. Shout out to T. I see you, big dog. Shout out to all our girls over there. Really was really dope watching you ladies play the game. And like Willie said, some of these ladies, they look more competitive than these dudes. And I will say, from what I watched last Sunday, those ladies take the game very, very seriously. So
yeah, they do.
Shout out to those ladies, man. Shout out to Derby City.
I think we all saw it in high school. When we had Powder Puff, I think we all saw it in high school when they had Powder Puff.
That's true. That's true.
I went to every Powder Puff game while I was in high school, and it was way better than any game. Well, sorry, y'all. My high school team was not good, and I got a whole bunch of friends that played on the team, but we sucked. So,
oh man. All right. So we've had two major flips go on in the NCAA as of right now. We all know that the college football is crazy exciting right now. We'll talk about the rankings in just a second, but starting off with Julian Lewis. He is the top-rated QB coming out of Georgia, number 5, I think, rated in the nation. And he has flipped his initial commitment from Alabama to now Colorado. He will be joining Coach Prime. How are we feeling about that, fellas?
You want to go first, Willie?
You can tackle it first.
Okay, so here's the thing, and I think you two would agree. This right here is the reason why Deion will never coach professional football. This right here is the reason why Deion will never coach professional football. His reach is so big with the youth. Yes, Alabama is the powerhouse, one of the biggest powerhouses in college football. But that was the old days.
Mm-hmm.
NIL has leveled the playing field.
Yep.
So now, shout out to Calvin Austin III. Good play there. And the Steelers have taken the lead. But because of NIL, everything has shifted now. And I'm not surprised because Alabama does not have Nick Saban no more. And it's going to start setting in for a lot of, well, for Alabama, but for a lot of players, this is not the same program that won, what is it, six of 10 championships between 2010 and 2020, and they've already won a championship in 2021.
Yep.
This is not the same program. Not saying the coach right now isn't good. I'm just saying it's not Nick Saban. And Nick Saban, you're a smart man because you know as soon as NIL hit and Deion came to college, you know you want to get him top recruits no more. Let's just be serious.
A lot of competition, man.
Yeah. The NIL has leveled the playing field. So the only way to now recruit these people is through a pitch. What's Deion's pitch? I'm one of the greatest players of all time. Your parents watch me play. Your parents know me, and they adore me. I'm not a Cowboys fan. I'm not even an Atlanta Hawks fan, but I am a Deion fan. And we all know Deion is the best. We also know Deion is a very, very, very good man. And that is a man that people will want their kids to look up to. So you already got the parent sway. Because Deion is one of the few players that transcended, oh, he's a show off, to, well, he's celebrating because he scored and he's a good guy. Normally when you score and you show off, it's a problem. You know, oh, he's too cocky, he's this and that. But not with Deion. Not with Deion. So I have no problem with him switching. I absolutely think it's beautiful because the keys are going from Shador to the next QB. So, I mean, if you didn't sign a letter of intent, you can flip anytime you want to until you sign that letter of intent. Once you sign that letter of intent, that's a binding contract. They gave verbal commitments. You don't sign until signing day, so you can do whatever the hell you want to until you sign the contract. Yes, now, he signed for Alabama and then requested Alabama to rescind his contract because he wants to go to Colorado instead. This will be a different conversation. But the fact is, that's not what happened. And I think he's well within his right to flip. And I love it. I love it. I hope Colorado gets all the talent. I hope Colorado gets all the big men to come over there and play linebacker. And not linebacker, lineman. And because y'all don't want to see Deion successful, but every black man in America does, and we're going to leave it there.
Willie, what you thinking about?
I like the fact that now, even more than ever, I'm not gonna say because of the NIL deals. Not only is it a benefit to the athlete, but also the athlete has a better realm of choice. If you understand what I'm saying, he doesn't have to go to he didn't have to go somewhere where he doesn't want to be, or somewhere that makes him feel uncomfortable, so to speak. If he wants to go to Colorado because Colorado is the better situation, he can do that. Deion is the ultimate recruiter. When you look at somebody who has the cachet that he does, he's a world champion. He's someone that is the best of his class at the position. So he has a lot going for him when he goes into these parents' living rooms. And I think it's a good move because now with NIL, it's not just about the money. It puts you out of the position that you have to be the best recruiter that you can be, because anybody can match the money of the NIL, but it's up to you as a recruiter to close the deal. And I think Deion has that cachet to where he can close deals. So with that being said, I think it's great. I think it's fantastic. These kids are finding themselves in better situations, and I'm loving it. I don't have a problem with it at all.
So I just looked it up. It was actually USC that he decommitted from, which is actually interesting considering.
I thought it was Alabama. My bad. But if it's USC, okay.
It's actually USC. That was my mistake for saying Alabama first. But I thought it was actually interesting considering that you decommit from a school that is known to bring in really big athletes or star athletes, right? And then you also have an innovative offensive mind in Lincoln Riley, right? Now you would think that a top-rated quarterback in the nation would want to go work with a Lincoln Riley, but he chooses to go with Dion, right? And we know how Dion recruiting is, right? Just like how Willie is talking about this guy sitting down with the parents, he's in the living rooms, right? And he's following up, making sure that these kids are taken care of, and that he doesn't only understand their character, but that they understand his character as well. So when it comes to that, and you know how a lot of these schools be throwing the NILs out, it's bigger than the NILs with Dion, right? Like he's not really worried about the money, or rather, not really worried about the number. He's going to give it to you real, right? And of course, the NIL is going to come just because you're a big name player, but that's not the pitch, right? He's not going to walk into the family's living room like, all right, we can give this guy, $6.8 million to come play for us, which is more than what Shador is getting, whatever the case may be. So it's a deeper level, especially compared to this next guy that we're getting into, the latest flip that everybody, I'm assuming, is probably going to be talking about tomorrow on all of the news networks. So I'm hoping that we can,
get ahead,
nice, and get ahead of everything. But the number one QB in the nation, Bryce Underwood, 5-star, flips his LSU commitment to Michigan. Now, Michigan has been trying to get him to flip 4 months now. He turned them down, I think, twice already. And now they come after this record-breaking NIL deal, 10.5 mil, and he makes the switch. Now, Willie, I'm going to start with you here and get your thoughts initially. How we're feeling about this massive flip, especially considering that Michigan is in dire need of a quarterback. So this should probably boost their recruiting for next year.
I think this is a little bit of a different story than the first person that we talked about, because Michigan's been trying to get this kid from, as you said, for months. And that's a known fact. And for him to finally do it at this hour tells me that they basically threw the Brinks truck at him, and he took it.
Hold on real quick. I just
Go ahead.
I am reading what I'm reading right now, and it's saying that he decommitted and chose Colorado.
Yeah, that was Julian Lewis.
That was Julian Lewis. Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
We're talking about Bryce. My bad. Okay.
This guy, he's, of course, he's the number one recruit right now in the nation, number one QB in the nation. A lot of talk been about him all throughout social media and everything, but this is a guy that Michigan has definitely been trying to get for the longest time, and it seems like they've accomplished. Tragic for, I guess, for LSU, but hey, what can you do? I guess money talks, right?
Oh yeah,
Hey.
and I think that's where this is, because he did staunchly committed to LSU, and then all of a sudden he decides to go to Michigan, and Michigan had that interest there, and because of the fact he decided now to go when he had opportunities before, just tells me he got that right amount. And when he got that right amount is when he made his decision, which there's nothing wrong with it at the end of the day, because
True.
we all believe in capitalism at the end of the day. But I think that's what this particular situation is. He's going to be the man on that campus. Not saying he wouldn't be at LSU because he probably would be, but
Sure.
he would be the man on that Michigan campus, position of need. All the spotlight would be on him. So you can't blame him for going, but I just think it's more of a monetary move than it is of the fact of him wanting to be there.
True. Micah, how we feeling?
All right, so I have no problem with him decommitting and going where and going to Michigan. LSU might feel blindsided by this, but it is what the hell it is. And let me tell you why it is what it is. Because if he was to go to LSU and he's the number one recruit, and they think the number one rated quarterback, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let's just say they get him and another quarterback who was like number 11, and they couldn't rank him no higher because he didn't play against tough competition. When he goes into the school and he beats out the number one college recruit at quarterback this year, they'll start that person and put him red shirt or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just because, like, hey, you're not better than this guy. So I'm one of those guys who are of the opinion, like, you don't owe nobody no loyalty. Right? So I have zero problem flipping. Again, this comes down to you didn't sign the contract, y'all verbally agreed, and somebody came in and made a better offer. So it is up to you to either match that offer or decline to match that offer. I'm not gonna lie, this was a surprising shift just because Harbaugh is not in Michigan no more, so I didn't see this coming.
My thoughts exactly.
Yeah.
So this one was more surprising than the Julian flip. So I definitely was surprised by this. But I mean, I have no problem with him. Again, I have no problem with him switching. You don't owe LSU any loyalty. You don't owe Michigan any loyalty, UT, whatever all these places. You don't owe nobody no loyalty. All you owe them is an answer come signing day.
Also true. That's a fair point. Hey, fair analysis, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought it was interesting, right? Just a massive amount of, because it is a record-breaking, NIL deal. So the massive amount of money that they're willing to throw a young man to come play for, their team is absolutely crazy. Like he's, getting, vet minimum deals in the NFL right now to play college football. So it's a crazy flip. I'm not sure what Brian Kelly is planning on doing now. I'm hoping they got somebody else kind of in their periphery or in their rear view. But it's definitely tough losing a top guy like that. But massive game for Michigan because they definitely needed a quarterback. Alex Orji is not the answer.
Here's also what I will say. All right. How many number one picks in the past 20 years have went on to be drafted to an NFL team and be a superstar in the NFL? Right.
On.
So
that's a good question.
It's not a lot. So I don't your ranking coming out of high school really does not matter for pro. Doesn't matter for college, yes, because you might be a freaking dog in college and might not be nothing in the NFL.
This is true. We see it a lot.
I don't really read too much into who's committing and decommitting from this place and that place. There are very rare instances. For instance, Florida had Tim Tebow and Cam Newton at one point.
Yep.
We all know the Alabama story where they had, what was it? Trent Richardson.
Trent Richardson, TJ Yeldon,
and
Alvin Kamara, but then Alvin Kamara got kicked out.
Right. Okay. See, so like So you being ranked number 1 coming out of high school just means they feel like you're the most talented. It doesn't mean that you're the best player. Because let's be serious, coming out of high school, Allen Iverson was the number 1 quarterback recruit.
That's also true.
But he took basketball instead. And he was also number 1 basketball player. So he took basketball instead. Somebody like Donovan McNabb was number 1 in football and like number 5 in high school because he was good and he played both in college. You know, so but most of your star players right now in the NFL was never ranked number 1 while they were in high school.
That's a good point. They weren't. A lot of them were unranked.
Some people are just coach bad. You see the potential, and it takes a lot to see the potential. But some people are just coach bad, and y'all know this to be true. So I do think we read a lot into number 1 picks, whereas where we should be reading into is All-Americans. And not number 1 in their position, just All-Americans, period.
I'm with that. I'm with that for sure.
Too. I agree.
Staying on college football, as we know, they have a 12-team bracket this year. So as the current rankings stand, we're just going to go through the 12. Oregon is at number 1, Ohio State at number 2, Texas at 3, Penn State at number 4, Indiana at 5, undefeated still, Indiana. Notre Dame at 6, surprising, Alabama at 7, Miami at number 8, Ole Miss at number 9, Georgia at 10, Tennessee at 11, and Boise State at number 12. Now, matchups as following is currently, this is the current matchups as we currently sit for week 13. We got in the first round Alabama and Notre Dame, as well as BYU and Ohio State. Other side of the bracket, Ole Miss and Indiana, and Georgia and Penn State. What do you think is the top, or who we see coming out of this? Coming out of both sides for the first round. We're only going to talk about the first round because we don't want to get into it too deep. But just for the first round from both sides, who do we think coming out from this first round? We're going to start with Alabama and Notre Dame, and I'm going to start with DJ on this one.
I'm sorry, I am not a believer in Notre Dame in any year. Thank you. You tell me.
Thank you.
I'm not. And the reason why is Notre Dame does not belong to any fucking college football division. They play a bunch of private schools. They dominate them, and we're supposed to believe in them. When they actually get waxed every time they play. This is not the 50s and the 40s and the 30s. No. Overrated. And let me tell you why they're overrated. Notre Dame is number 6. Alabama's better. Miami's better. Ole Miss is better. Georgia's better. Tennessee's better. Boise State is better. BYU is better, even though BYU just lost. I don't give a damn what they got to say. Texas A&M might be better. And Colorado is better. I'm not a believer ever in Notre Dame. Ever.
Fair point.
We seen last time they went to a college football championship, they got murdered on national TV. And everybody was like, why the hell did y'all put them in the BCS? And this BCS, when Michael Sam was when he was there, right? When they were.
I think that's the year they had Manti Te'o.
Okay,
right?
Manti Te'o. That's it. Manti Te'o, not Michael Sam. And they got murdered on national TV. They play nobody. I don't give a damn how undefeated they are. Y'all got to stop doing this with Notre Dame. All you're doing is getting them embarrassed every single time. The fact of the matter is Notre Dame should be out of the top 25 and Colorado should be in.
Thank you.
Willie, you want to go ahead and take
Can I say frauds? Can I say that about Notre Dame? Would I get canceled for saying that they're frauds? Look, they don't. Micah said it. They play nobody. And I don't care what people say. Strength of schedule matters in college football. Strength of schedule matters. And for them to be ranked by playing a bunch of nobodies and Colorado's not, that's a travesty. That's a travesty. Bama's going to rip them apart, pillar to post. And no, they're frauds. They're frauds. And they shouldn't be in that position by no means whatsoever. No means whatsoever.
To be fair, I got Bama as well. I issue the same sentiments. I believe that Notre Dame they're frauds, and they always will be frauds because I think that until you actually belong to a conference where you can establish a real culture about yourself, then you will never really accomplish anything. Like Micah said, this isn't the 50s and the 40s and the 30s to where y'all can just run shit because you're a Catholic school and you can get all the boys to know. This ain't it.
There's a reason why they're not in the SEC.
Looking at this other matchup, we got BYU and Ohio State.
Please don't ask me who I'm picking in this game because I'm gonna sound like an asshole.
I think I know you pick.
I'm gonna go ahead and go Ohio State.
Everybody going to Ohio State.
BYU.
I'm a Buckeye fan. I'm a UT fan, and I'm riding with both of them until the wheels fall off. So I'm going with OSU because, duh, why wouldn't I? OSU is going to win this game.
Well,
BYU is another team that's toting that line of fraudulent.
Yep,
they're always frauds. I'm not going to lie to you.
Always frauds. I'm going with Ohio State. That's no doubt. Ohio State.
Sure. For sure. All right. Looking at the other side of this bracket, we got Ole Miss and Indiana.
Should get interesting here.
It does. It does. Just a
little bit. Just a
little bit.
Yeah.
It does get interesting just a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
You said you said Indiana and who? I'm sorry, but it does get interesting.
Ole Miss.
I think Ohio State's beat Indiana this weekend. Indiana falls, so they will not be matched up with Ole Miss. But if by some God-given miracle they beat Ohio State, they'll jump up in the rankings. But if it was to be played tomorrow, gotta take Ole Miss. I have to take Ole Miss.
I'm with you. I like the season that Indiana's having.
I like that.
I see the historic season and the coaching that, you know what I'm saying, my boy over there, I get it. But I don't know. I'm going with experience. That's all I'm saying.
I definitely have to. Yeah. I cannot pick. Yeah. I can't. Bro, just.
I just can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't. I don't know. I don't know if they've established enough culture, enough repertoire right now. I get, like I said, I get it, and I see what he's doing over there. He's cooking right now, but can he continue to cook? You know what I'm saying? And can we get this next year as well? Because if we can get some consistency, then I'm gonna be like, okay. But don't go into like Mike said, this matchup might not even happen because they can go in there and either win or lose to Ohio State, and then the rankings are going to be changed again. But
I think Indiana is going to fall down out of the top 10 after this weekend because they're going to lose.
The same thing, and that's the thing. If the game happened tomorrow, all I'm saying is, I see what y'all are doing, but don't go in there and get your ass up by Ole Miss. That's all I'm saying, because
you got to be close to make it competitive.
Exactly. Y'all
Ole Miss can do it too.
Ole Miss is hot right now. They started off the season kind of slow, but they're hot right now.
Yeah, Ole Miss can do it,
and they are balling. I just don't think Indiana overall should be ranked number 5. Come on, man. Look, let's run through this, okay? let's run through this. Like when you go back and look at the schedule, they played pretty much nobody.
Not pretty
You
much.
got Western Illinois, Charlotte,
Mhm.
Northwestern, Washington. Michigan is a pretty big win for Indiana. I'm not gonna lie. Michigan was a pretty big win.
Bad team. Big program.
I mean, I don't know, man.
I think there might be a team that benefited from the strength of schedule. They have a
All
really
I'm-
good schedule this year.
All I'm saying is Indiana has not been tested.
This is fair. I like that assessment.
Ole Miss might be that test.
They are that test,
They're
and
gonna
they
be
might
that
shock. They might shock everybody and win.
test.
Well, they got Ohio State this weekend. This is their ultimate test. So if they can at least make the game competitive, then that may open some eyes. But I don't know. Like Micah said, the strength of schedule matters, bro. Like
Strength of schedule matters, man. It matters.
I'm sorry, bro.
Especially this
You're not
year.
going to
They haven't played
convince
nobody.
me. You're not going to convince me that they're the 5th best team in the nation. And these are the people because they're on the field. Here's all the teams they beat: Western Illinois, Charlotte, Northwestern, Washington, Michigan, Purdue. They hold on. Let me scroll back now because why did this shit just reloaded and loaded every game up since 2020?
Damn.
They FIU, UCLA, Maryland, Nebraska, Michigan State, and this weekend they have Ohio State. Please tell me who the fuck did they play other than Michigan?
You know what? You Michael,
And when they
Michael,
played Michigan, Michigan wasn't even ranked.
Michael, you know what this is? You know what this is? You remember
that?
back in the day when you had coaches used to loading up the schedule with a bunch of cupcakes, and then you ain't playing nobody
Yeah.
for your league championship game?
Yeah,
That's what this is.
that's true.
That's what this type of scheduling is.
That's true.
You put a bunch of cupcakes and you get some easy wins, and then you don't play nobody tough until either the last game or your championship game.
Mm.
And it's a damn shame that schools still schedule that way.
Damn.
This is Indiana benefiting from being in the Big Ten Conference.
Yeah.
Oh,
Big
that
time.
too. But you think that you would want your team to get better to play some out of conference, better out of conference teams than
It's a
what
bigger
you played
matchup,
this season.
definitely.
You know what I'm saying? We all know Washington's not very good. We all know that.
Mm-hmm. Michigan's not good this year.
Michigan in your conference is not good either. You play a bunch of cupcakes, put them on your schedule to max out that win total, and then you don't have anybody tough to play to, like I said, your last game or your conference championship.
Yeah.
So the Big Ten consists of Illinois, not good.
Mhm.
Iowa, not good.
Not good.
Maryland, they're all right. Michigan State, not really good. They're a basketball team anyway. The
Yep.
Michigan Wolverines, not really good. They're ranked now, but they weren't ranked when they played Indiana.
Mm-mm.
Minnesota, not good. Nebraska, not good. Northwestern, not good. Then you got Ohio State and Oregon. I could do that. But they haven't played Oregon. They haven't played Ohio State.
Nope.
So Penn State, Purdue, Rutgers, UCLA, USC, Washington, and Wisconsin have not been good. So obviously, it's easy to be be one of the top teams in your conference. But here's the real kicker to this: Oregon and Ohio State are both better than they're both better than Indiana.
Yeah, they are.
How the hell
Mhm.
can you put 3 teams
From the Big Ten.
from the Big Ten in the top 25? Somebody is fraudulent, and it's not Ohio State, and it damn sure ain't Michigan. Somebody's fraudulent. No, bro, I'm not going for it. I'm just not.
I think we're gonna find out this Saturday.
We're gonna find out this Saturday for real.
Come on. Oh, that's an early game. 9 a.m. I'm gonna have to get up.
I predict a score.
Oh shit, that's an early game.
Early game.
I predicted the score 34-10. And
Well,
Ohio-
early for me. So I'm pretty sure that game comes on at 11 for
That's
you.
1 o'clock for me. So yeah,
1
I'll be
o'clock,
watching for
1
work.
o'clock for you, and then
I'll
I'm
be
pretty sure
watching
that's
for work.
11 for you, Micah.
I'll be watching from work.
34-10. Ohio State is going. Ohio State did. I'm going with the Texans versus Cowboys score 34-10.
46-7.
Ooh, not even 10 points.
Nah, I think this is going to be embarrassing. It's going to be a little wake up call that they need. But last
Indiana
potential
will
matchup.
fall out of the top 25 this week when they get beat down by Ohio State.
I think they. Let me see. I think they
That's
fall out
gonna
of.
be a massive beatdown too. Massive.
Yeah, I think they fall out of the top 10. Maybe not the top 25.
Yeah, they fall out top 10 for real.
They would. This would be their first loss, and I don't think the committee would be that harsh.
Yeah, they'll probably fall to like 15 or something, but
around there. But
I am. But I said the top 25. I probably should have said the top 12. I think they'll fall out the top 12.
definitely. I definitely think that.
But
Final matchup.
they can absolutely take the 12th spot.
Yeah, I would say that. I think there's probably going to be some swapping going on. Final matchup, potential matchup that is, Georgia and Penn State.
Yeah, give me Georgia.
I got Georgia.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Georgia. I know Carson Beck is playing like ass right now, but he'll get it together. He got it.
I don't think the fans need an explanation for this one.
Nah.
Yeah, no.
Georgia don't win a championship for the past 2 years, bro. We don't need.
Kirby's been talking too much shit.
Yeah.
Even in his shit talking bag.
I don't think Georgia will three-peat, but they won the championship the past 2 years. They still got remnants of that team. Championships matter. Championship experiences matter. So yeah.
And we know who they are. Like we understand who Georgia is. They're gritty, they're grindy, and they're champions, right? They come from championship pedigree. So we'll definitely keep our eye on that one.
God damn it, Amazon! I need y'all to do better.
They cut out again?
Yeah.
That's crazy. All right. We have some history in the making, fellas. One Russell Westbrook, 12 points, 10 rebounds, 14 assists. First player ever in NBA history to have 200 triple doubles. How we feeling about that, man? Legendary.
Will you want to go or you want me to go first?
You can go ahead and go first.
I'm ready to cook on this one. Let me tell y'all why I'm ready to cook on this one. We used to say all the time back in the 2000s and in the 2010s, if there was any player that could ever do this, it would be LeBron James. We were all fucking wrong. Every single one of us. Yep. We thought it would be LeBron. We were all wrong. That man's name is Russell Westbrook. Most triple doubles in NBA history, and a lot of people are going to sit there and discredit Westbrook. I've seen online they were talking about he was getting triple doubles, but it didn't equate to wins. I'm sorry, did they make the playoffs? Yes or no?
Yes, they did.
Even though the first year, I think James Harden should have won MVP. It's okay. Russell Westbrook won it, but the biggest thing here is, like I said, you can't convince me that this guy is not the best offensive player, all-around offensive player ever at this point. You can sit there and say, well, his teammates let him grab rebounds. Well, guess what? He left OKC and he was still grabbing rebounds. He came to Houston and was still averaging triple doubles. He left. Now he's in Denver. He's still getting triple doubles. So you
on the bench, mind you.
On the bench. So you can't sit there and say they're letting him get rebounds. Y'all said Steven Adams not getting the rebounds because he keep giving it to Westbrook. Not no more. More importantly, this is a really, really big conversation about who's the best all-around player ever. Where it comes to point, assists, rebound, steals, Here's what I will say about that. Westbrook is the best all-around offensive player ever, to me. I don't care how good you are. I want to remind y'all, Westbrook wasn't even averaging the triple doubles like he is now until Kevin Durant left. When he was in OKC averaging a triple double, he wasn't playing with another star player. He didn't have a star, let alone a superstar once Kevin Durant left. He didn't have nothing until Paul George and Melo came. And then they left expeditiously, both of them, after one season. And he kept on doing it. The closest thing he had to a star was Steven Adams. Hey, man, I got to give props where props is due. I am sorry, Oscar Robinson. You used to be the guy I used to call Mr. Triple Double. It is now Westbrook's. And I don't care what anybody thinks or what anybody has to say. You don't just accidentally get 14 assists. You don't just accidentally get a triple-double with 10 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. You don't accidentally get a triple-double with 10 steals, 10 points, and 10 assists. It doesn't happen. It just doesn't. If it was so easy to do, and y'all keep saying LeBron can do it, if it was that easy, LeBron would have been doing it for the past 5 or 6 years. It's not easy to do. It's definitely not. It's not easy to do. If it was that easy, Kobe would do it. If it was that easy, Jordan would do it. If it was that easy, LeBron would do it. If it was that easy, the best passing point guard of all time, who some of y'all, most people agree with, Magic Johnson, at 6'9", should have been able to average a triple-double. But he couldn't do it either.
A lot of point guards should be able to do it.
Russell Westbrook is the best all-around offensive player to ever play the game of basketball. And I know a lot of you are going to say, no, it can't be him because he's not the best jump shooter. But he averaged 25 points a game without being a jump shooter. Don't want to hear it.
He actually averaged damn near 30 at one point in time without being a jump shooter.
Now, are there better players than him throughout history? I would say so. And this is what I tell people all the time. What I mean is, just because you're more skilled doesn't mean you're the better player. Because, yes, I am fully aware that not all his triple-double feats led to wins. We understand that. But we're talking about skills and how skilled you are. And I'm here to ask Moo and Willie the question. In the past 15 years, have we seen a more skilled player than Russell Westbrook on offense? Defense, he could play. He tries to play defense, but he's not that good on defense. Whatever.
He at least put up effort, though.
He does put up effort. And at one point, he does finish top 10 in steals every year in the NBA. So,
yep,
it's the biggest part of defense right there, effort.
You got to put in the effort.
So, I mean, as far as that, yeah, I mean, Russ is definitely a guy who deserves his respect, right? Like, I definitely think that you're spot on with, him being the best, if not one of the best all around, not just offensive, right? Just all around players, right? Because even the other night he had 2 steals and a block off the bench, mind you. And this is a guy who's always finishes, at least top 15 in defensive win shares, at least top 12 in steals, right? And we understand, his triple-double game is outrageous. But when you look at Russ, I definitely think that he has a case, regardless of, championship or not, but just based off his resume, he has a case to go down as one of the best point guards to play this game of all time. Like, you have to have that conversation now, and you have to put Russ in that conversation. I get it. Championships matter, accolades matter, stuff like that, but championships are definitely a team stat, right? And if we're being real, OKC don't get to that finals without the effort of him. James Harden wasn't the player that he was yet. So without the efforts of KD and Russ, they don't get there, right? So I definitely think that when you have this conversation of who's the best point guards in the league or some of the best point guards in NBA history or who's the best point guard in NBA history, Russ has to be in that conversation along with the Steph, along with the Magic, along with the Oscar Robinson. Like he has to be in that conversation now because we have to give him respect. the fact that he's accomplished a feat that a lot of people have dubbed the greatest point guard in Oscar Robertson. And he's, beat that number by I'm assuming, I think, what was it? 12, I think, when I looked at the numbers, because I think Oscar Robertson had 286 and Russ had, or 186 and Russ has 200. So, like, dog, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just absolutely crazy. So, yeah, now shout out to Russ. Like, I know a lot of people try to give him flack, right? And mind you, just want everybody to know before I pass it to my dog Will. While y'all was calling him Russell Westbrook or Russell Westbrook, I'm sorry, he was averaging legitimately 30, 12, and 10.
I think with Russell, I think with him, you look at somebody who comes out there each and every night and he plays hard. Ultimate competitor. It's good to see him get this. I'm being the elder statesman of the group. I'm never going to forget Oscar Robertson and everything that he did, but
Of course not.
It's been eclipsed by what Westbrook did, particularly at this day and age, and not being a 3-point shooter the way others have been. It's just amazing to see it, and for him to get the flack that he got, and he still accomplished this is just amazing. And keep in mind too, he didn't want to go to the bench, but he put himself on the bench for the Clippers and the Nuggets, which I think was smart, by the way, because he was able to go out there and either establish more of himself and more of his dominance, because he wasn't going to do that with either starting lineup. So I like what he did in that respect. But it's great to see this for Westbrook. I'm loving it. He deserves it. I think before this, he was in one of the top point guards conversation.
Oh, for sure.
Definitely make the argument for sure.
Even before this, I think he was on the list. So, great to see this for him. I'm happy for him. I don't know. I think Denver's past their prime. I think their championship window's closed. But if they do go back and win one with him on that roster, that'd be great for him to finally get a ring.
Okay, my sentiments exactly. Yeah, definitely.
So one thing that people forget, right? How many players have won? How many point guards have won NBA MVP for the season?
Fact. That's true too.
That's true.
That's true too. Ain't a whole lot.
I was gonna say, hasn't been a lot.
You got Steve Nash, Steph Curry, Magic Johnson, Derrick Rose. I don't remember if Oscar won an MVP or not.
I believe he did.
I believe he did one. I believe he did 1 year.
Yeah, I believe he won 1 year. The year before Kareem got there, I think he won.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go, right there. Nash, Curry, Oscar, Magic. Right? That's 4 point guards. And Russ makes number 5.
There you go.
You can't tell. Oh, and Derrick Rose. I'm sorry. So Russ makes number 6 because of Derrick Rose.
But still, shit, there you go. The fact that you're amongst that kind of company is that's just absolutely insane.
I would just like to tell everybody, Russell Westbrook has the claim to being a top 3 point guard of all time, just based on him winning an MVP, based on him getting triple doubles, and based on him not playing with another superstar after Kevin Durant left and doing what he did.
If we ranking it, I'm putting it ahead of Steve Nash.
Everybody's putting Westbrook against Steve. Bro, I just don't even understand how Steve Nash won 2 MVPs in a row.
He shouldn't have got that second. I get the first. He shouldn't have got that second.
Definitely shouldn't have got that. Honestly, I don't think he should have got either one of them. But that's just me.
Hey, Moo. Justin Timberlake said, "Cry me a river." He deserved one of them because Stoudemire was out and they didn't miss a beat in rankings.
All I'm saying.
I'll give him that first one, but I'm not giving him that second one.
Not giving him the second one. Stoudemire was out, and it was Steve Nash, Sean. I'm going to tell you, Sean Marion does have a claim for winning MVP the year that Stoudemire was out. He does
Yep.
have a claim because
Yep.
Sean Marion acted a motherfucking fool that year.
Yeah, he did.
He was averaging over 20. I think that was the last Phoenix Suns team with Joe Johnson on it.
Which one?
Yeah, it
No.
was because after that season, Joe Johnson went to Atlanta. Yep.
Which one? No.
Which one? What?
Well, I don't. Which one? Which one would you feel like he deserved? Because I don't.
I say the first one. I
the
say
first
the first one.
one.
The first one. I think he deserved the first one. I'm not giving him that second one. No.
I don't
No.
know. Fellas.
I can't give him that second one. Mm-mm.
I don't know. Okay, I get it, and like Mike said, they didn't miss a beat, and he's absolutely correct. I don't know. That's all I'm saying. It's I don't know. Because me personally, I probably would have threw the first one to Shaq or Dirk. Most likely leaning Dirk though, because Dirk was on a fucking tear.
Nah, but see, yes, I know Dirk was on the tear and Shaq was on the tear. But here's the thing. Shaq still had D-Wade, and Dirk had Josh Howard, Jason Terry, and the rest of them guys balling. So
True.
they had their star and co-star on those teams. Stoudemire was out the whole season, and they didn't miss a beat.
Nope.
They won. They still won the amount of games they won and still finished top 3 in the West when the West was overcrowded. That's when you had to, every single team had to win at least 50 to 55 games in the West to get into the playoffs. But 2006, no, that nigga didn't deserve it.
No, he didn't deserve it.
We all can sit here and say, I don't care what anybody says with the Lakers. That was Kobe's highest average for his whole career, which was 35.6. And they finished 7th, and Kobe should have probably won the second MVP. For sure.
No, but Dirk with the 26-9, and then he with the steals. I get it, but I don't know. I would just
come on, move.
I'd have gave it to the other European. That's all I'm saying, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Move.
That's all I'm saying.
Move.
Man.
I'm not saying I'd have gave it to, you feel me, Allen Iverson or something. I'm just saying I probably would have been more inclined to throw it Dirk way, and then the second one, Kobe would have won it just because. Come on, bro. We seen what the Bean was doing. Okay, we seen what Mamba was doing, bro. You can't do that to that man and give it to Nash. You got to give it to Kobe. But
move.
Okay.
Move. Come on, dog.
I said it was close. I'm just saying, for me personally, I'm not saying it's consensus. I'm just saying, me personally, I would have been more inclined to throw it to Dirk. But you got to remember, I'm a Warriors fan, and I do not like the Suns.
Oh, so he's got some personal investment in that.
Well, get your fucking feelings about it up.
You know I can't do that. I can't do that.
He got that personal
Think,
investment.
Move. Come on, man. Think about it. At 03, 04, in 03 and 04, the Phoenix Suns had a losing record.
Mm-hmm.
2004, 2005. That's why Stoudemire was out.
Yeah, they finished first. I know. I was there. I went to a game and they blew us out.
They finished
right now.
They finished 62-20 without Amari Stoudemire playing.
Yes, I know. I was there. Fuck them niggas.
Leandre Barbosa, Jim Jackson, Joe Johnson, Steve Nash, Smush Parker, Bo Outlaw, Quentin Richardson. Do you hear the names that I'm telling you right now? Joe Johnson obviously went on and became a star in his own right. But listen to what the fuck I just told you. Listen to that. You can't tell me he did not deserve the MVP in 04-05, dog. Come on. Sean Marion was the second best player on this team.
I hate all of them.
Salty
all of
ass.
them.
It's okay.
Every
It's okay.
single one.
Don't do your boy outlaw like that. Don't be hitting on Bo. Come on, man.
Okay, because he came over.
I like
he wanted,
Bo.
he wanted
I do
chicken.
I
like
like
Bo.
Bo too. Yeah,
He came over.
Bo's
he
a
wanted
plug
chip
and play guy. He's good.
he was all right.
He came over and he wanted to chip with us. But everybody else, on my shit list, bro. Because I never forget what y'all did to us that year. Okay, y'all gonna leave me? I don't care.
Personal investment.
I'm
boy.
salty.
Woo.
And I will forever be salty. As a Warrior fan, okay, that is my right.
Personal investment. Oh,
Absolutely. Absolutely. That is my right. Okay. And I can do so. Okay. Now, we're gonna go ahead and get to these final thoughts because we were gonna talk about how bad the Sixers suck, but I think we all understand how bad the Sixers suck and why they suck. So we can go ahead and save that a little bit for next week. Next week we will be having a wrestling show. It's going to be a Thursday wrestling show. A little preview to Survivor Series that should be coming up. Talk about getting into some wrestling. It's been a while since we had a wrestling show, so we're gonna have a wrestling show, man. We're gonna get into a little bit of basketball. Talk about Paul George potentially being out for the season. Joel being a little bitch over there in Philadelphia, and take off with the wrestling. So go ahead, DJ Michael B. Talk to us with your final thoughts, mate.
My final thoughts is Philadelphia sucks. I don't care what nobody got to say. Tyrese Maxey is the way. Y'all need to go ahead and trade Joel Embiid because he can't play 25% of the season at most times. I don't know what Philadelphia thought they were going to accomplish with putting two people together that's always hurt on the same team. We just watched the same shit with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard.
Oh, thank you. Oh, that boy over there cooking. Boy, what? Cast iron. Stop playing with him.
We just watched this, and now you put Paul George with a nigga that's hurt even more. You know what? I'm just go ahead and woosah. Hey, man, NBA in-season tournament is on the way. I would just like tell the NBA do away with these stupid ass funky looking courts because they suck.
They do.
They absolutely suck. But y'all know how I do. Go H-Time, go Rockets. I love what I'm seeing from my Rocket squad. And please, Houston, do not trade for Giannis. That's my final thoughts.
I like that.
I heard that the other day. I hope they don't do that either.
Oh, Willie, go ahead. Moo already called for you.
Final thoughts real quick. First of all, fuck Rob Manfred fucking up my game. Love me some baseball, so fuck you. Mets need to go ahead and trade Pete Alonso, get some of the belief, get some more, a little bit more younger bats, see if they can make a repeat or move forward next baseball season. Real quick, looking forward to the wrestling show, Bloodline versus OG Bloodline. Let's go. Rod need to go ahead and come on back, wrap this thing up, and yeah, I'm with your sentiment with the Sixers. Fuck them. You did it to yourself. Your face should never have been Joel Embiid. Your face needs to be Maxey. That's who your face needs to be, and that's who you need to build around. You build around the wrong person. Maxey should have been that guy. He's young, he's talented. He should be the guy that you build around. Hopefully, they'll eventually pick up on that and make the right decision. Trade Joel.
Y'all heard it here. Y'all heard it here first. Make sure you guys tap in with the rest of the shows throughout the rest of the week. We got Inside the Huddle talking that ish tomorrow, Friday, 7 p.m. Same
best damn football show on the internet, period. Coined by me.
You heard what the man said. You dig. We will be here talking our shit. We're going to give a few shout outs, you know what I'm saying, preview a few things, and then we're going to go into Monday because, you know, we got the weekend off. Basket to basket B2B. We'll be back. And then, of course, we got a very special episode. So, like I said, if y'all really want to see history in the making next week, make sure that you are here at 6 o'clock my time, because I live in California, Pacific Standard Time for all the homies, and or 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, because that's what the time is going to be in Texas, and you're going to have all of my boys in one motherfucking room with a goddamn legendary goddamn gentleman talk episode. So you're not going to want to fucking miss it. I promise you. It's probably going to be the most legendary episode of all time in FTSL history until we all able to get all of our boys in one room. But until then, they hold the standard. You know what I'm saying? Like what they're doing right now is the standard. You feel me? Like that's the goal, is to get all of us in all one room doing what we love to do together. So the fact that they're doing that, history in the making, is absolutely big. So make sure you guys tune in for that. We're going to be doing some big promos for that because the episode is going to be absolutely out of this world. Shout out, hashtag big activities. Like I said, tune in to the show tomorrow because we're going to be going crazy. It's just going to lead into the next week. And make sure you like.
Shout out to the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, shout out to the Cleveland Browns. They do the impossible and upset the Steelers 24-19. But yeah, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, keep going because we're almost at 3K. And we will see y'all next week. I will see y'all tomorrow. Don't forget.
Yup.